Hello, good day everybody. Let's start working on the first chapter of Microsoft Excel 2016. So for that, we do have the book or the chapter number 1 available to us, which is right in here in your Schoology. So go to page number 15 and you're able to see this kind of book page from page number 15, where I'm going to read one by one the yellow part of the book. So it says to start a new blank workbook. So I would like to start a new blank workbook. How? Go start and then Microsoft Excel and blank workbook. So in this blank workbook, we open up a blank workbook. In this workbook, on the right hand side, we have 3 buttons right in here. Do not click of any of the buttons. It will tell you what is the name of itself. The name of this button is called Close, Restore, Minimize, and then Show Tabs and Commands. On your right hand side, you have the Save button, and then you have right underneath called File, Home, Insert. What do we call this? We call it a File menu. Right in the center, we have the name of the book. So whenever we buy a brand new book, what we do is first write our name on that book. Again, same concept we are going to use in here as well. We're going to put the first thing, we're going to put our name on this book. How? Click on File, which is again a file menu. Click on File, Save As. Where are we going to save? We are going to save, even though you're doing it homework, you're going to save that file always on desktop. Reason why? Because it's easy for you to find the file on desktop. So File, Save As, and then click on Desktop. And then read the name what is given to you in your home assignment. So in the class assignment, the name of the file is called Game Card. So I write the name Game Card and I save it on desktop, press the save button. As soon as we press it, it comes it right here in front. It's called Game Card. Now this is my file. It's not book 1 or it's not any other book. It's called Game Card, which I am working on as a saved name. Right after that, right after the file menu, we have this is called a menu bar. So we have all the items available to us, whichever we want to use. This is called a menu bar. Right underneath the menu bar, we have called FX. What is FX means, guys? FX means called a formula bar. It's once you bring your mouse right up here, you will able to see it's called a formula bar. Right underneath the formula bar, you have 2 different ways. One is called A, B, C, D, E, F, and the other way is called 1, 2, 3, 4. So A, B, C, D, E, F is called as columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 called as rows. All the Excel sheets made out of rows and columns. So when these rows and columns combined together, they made a cell. So one cell right here, one cell, one cell, one cell. All of these cells have addresses. Now, how to read the address of one cell? So for example, I put my keys in one of the cells. Now, I need to know what is the address of my keys. So guys, the rule is always columns comes first. So for example, the address for this one is called D2. D2. It could not be 2D. The address for this is D2. That's the right answer. Why? Because it is the law, it is the rule of Excel. Columns always comes first. Rows follows. Column is D, row is 2. So that is what the answer of this or the address of my keys. Next one, right underneath, right in here, we call it sheet 1. We can add more sheets, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5. And then the same way we can delete the sheets. Right click on it and we delete the sheet. Right click on it and we delete the sheet. So we add the sheet, we delete the sheet. Right in here we have the plus and the minus. So plus means we can make it big and minus means we can make it small. So we can make the sheet bigger, we can make the sheet smaller. It's all according to our eyesight. So I will make it a sheet a little bigger so everybody can see it properly. Now let's start typing. Or first of all, we want to change the name of the sheet. How can we change the name of the sheet? By right click on the sheet name, then rename it. What is the name? Documentation. So you are exactly doing with me what I am going to do it one by one. So I'm going to do the steps and you're going to follow the steps with me. So first one is called documentation. Next one, I right click on it and change the name of that sheet as well. It's called customer order. In the book, it says add one more sheet. I click one more sheet and rename it as customer contact. So I have three sheets now: documentation, customer order, and customer contact. Now I'm going to work in documentation. How? I'm going to make it a little bigger so everybody's able to see it properly. Now, the name of I'm going to read it from the book and then do the steps. Again, same thing for you. You're going to read the home assignment and do the step one by one. So the first one is called game card. Then it says in A3, write the word author. Then A4, date. Then A5, purpose. So this is how we are going to complete our sheet. So who's the author? You, Jaskaran, Ritu, Karan. All of these ones, the people who are doing the files, they are the author of their files. So in this case, I am the author of this file. So that's why my name is right here. And then the date. What is the date, guys? Date is May the 12th, 2020. We put the date right here. Purpose, it says according in the book, the purpose of it to record customer game orders. So I read it from there and I write it right here. So this is complete. My documentation sheet is complete. Next one, we want to do it in customer order. Something to do customer order. So I click on customer order and start working in customer order. So let's start. What does it say in customer order? In customer order, it says cell A1, right? Customer order. Okay, A3, ship 2. Then first name, last name, address, city, postal code, city, and then state. And then postal code. Be careful when you are writing all of this information, guys, exactly what I am doing or exactly what it says in your assignment, because I am not with you while you're doing your homework. So please exactly follow what it says in your home assignment. So I wrote it ship to, first name, last name, address, city, state, postal code, and the phone. Next one, as Karan comes to me and asks me, sir, why this is overlapping into column A is overlapping column B. How can we fix this? Okay, let's fix this. How? Click on the word A. Click on the word A. Right click on it. Right click on it, and it says column width. I click on column width. What is a column width right now? 8.11. But if you read in the book, it says 15. I click on 15. So now everything is in line, no problems, looks nice. Then the next one is the name of the first name is Leslie Ritter. So I keep writing Leslie Ritter. Address is 805 Mountain Street. City is Brockton, Massachusetts 02302. Phone number 508 555-1072. So please take a look that there would be a space right in here between uh, bracket and 555. So you have to put the same information as I'm putting on my sheet. Now, did you notice something? The postal code should be 02302, but right now it says 2320. Reason why? Because this is computer think this is a number right now. Postal code is not a number. For example, in Canada, we have postal code starts with an alphabet, but in United States, the postal code starts with a number. So computer is considering this is a number. I want to change this number into a text. How? So whenever you are putting whenever you want to change the number into text, you have to put a single comma first and then 02302. Press enter and that will be converted into a text. So this is how you convert the number into a text. Next one, I would like to tell you about for example, if God forbid the lights turns off. So whatever you're writing will just go away. I do not want to lose my data. What I would do is I will keep telling you during my classes to do Control S. What will Control S do, guys? Control S will save your file for any unseen circumstances happen. So that's why we keep doing it Control S. And then next one with stock ID, category, and then manufacturer. So stock ID, complete it with me. What is this? This is called strategy game. What is this? FG14. This is called family game. What is this? PG05 party game. What is this? This is SU. So as you can see that I am writing all of this from the book. So you're going to do exactly the same thing when you are going to do your home assignment. You're going to read your home assignment in order to complete your home assignment. Now, next step is again, Karan comes to me, sir, the B column overlapping in column C. How can we fix it? So either we have another way now, I can show it to you. We go right in, we click on B, the word B, the whole column highlighted. We go into the corner when mouse changes the shape, and we drag it on the side. This is the easy way or this is the fastest way. But when you know how much you want to do it, so you click on B, right click on it, column width, and then you punch it in. So this way we need to have a exact number. This time we want to do 18 and I put 18 in there. Done. Then manufacturer. Brothers and Misty Games. Parlor Vision. And then Parlor Vision again. And then Dibble Brothers again. Karan comes to me, sir. C is overlapping D. Yep, not a problem. We'll change it to 18 again as well. We click on it, we right click on it, column width, and then make it 18. Press OK. Done. Now, title, players, price, and quantity. Title. What is the title, guys? So, Kings and Jacks, a medieval game of deception. Next one, triple, twiddle, and twaddle. Next one, trivia connection. Next one, box of dice. Exactly whatever written in the book, I am writing the same thing to complete my file. Okay, so now again, problem is column D is overlapping column E, column F, column G. What is the easy way, or what does book says? Book says make column D as 25 characters. How? Right click on it, click on the word D, right click on it, then column width, make it 25 characters, and problem solved. Oops, this time Karen comes to me, sir, no, the problem is not solved. Why? Because it is still overlapping in column E and column F. So now guys, this time we are not going to increase more width of my column. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one more thing, that this thing will be adjusted in one column. How? Go home. And I'm keep telling you, go home. Do not just stand up and go home, or just close your computer and go home. You're already at home or you're doing something. Go home means in this case that go home, click home. And then when I click home, click on wrap text. I click on wrap text. Now the whole thing is being fixed in one column. Can you wrap text in D14 as well? Absolutely. Again, go home and wrap text. I click on wrap text. It's been fixed. Now, reading from the book again, 4, 6, 8, and 2. Price 39.95, 24.55, 29.12, 9.95, and 35.15. Quantity 2, 1, 1, 3, 1. Perfect. So we have now, so far, we have these numbers. Now, uh, have you noticed something, that we have a price on our sheet as well? Where's the price? Column F is the price. But whenever we go to Walmart or Dollarama, we have a dollar sign attached with the price. In here, in this case, we want to attach a dollar sign with the price. How can we do that? Two ways. Either we can go one by one, or we can do in one click all of them with have a dollar sign. How can do in one click with all of them with have a dollar sign? How can we do that? So whenever we want to highlight these cells first. How can we highlight? We go into the center of the cell. We click on F13, go into the center of the cell, click on it, hold it, and move it down. All these cells highlighted. Now go home. Again, remember, go home. And then when you go home, you have a dollar sign right in front right here. So click on dollar sign, and this is the way you can have the dollar sign attached with all of them in one click. Easy, perfect. Next one, H12. What is in H12? H12 called charge. What is charge means, guys? What is charge? So what does charge means? Charge means that we would like to get the total off. So we bought these two games for each game is $39.95. We bought one game. We bought two games for two different people. Each is $39.95. So that means 39.95 multiplied by 2 will give us the answer. So again, in the first lecture, what we decide that Microsoft Excel can do calculation for us. How? Calculations can be done with the help of a formula. So we need a formula in here to complete this function, to complete this calculation. So please remember, in Excel, all the formula starts with equal sign. So we start with equal sign, and then what number we want to calculate? We want to calculate this. So remember, we do not work with the numbers in Excel. We work with the cell addresses. So what is the cell address right here? The cell address is F13. Why F13? Because column always comes first. I click on F13, it automatically comes right here. What we want to do, what formula we want to use? We want to use multiply. What is multiply? On key number 8. So I put multiply. What is the cell address? Which is the other cell address? Other cell address is G13. So I click on G13, press enter. That will give me the total of two games is 79.90. Now, Karan comes to me, sir, do I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 one by one? The answer is no. Why? Because remember, when we want to highlight, we go into the center of the cell. When we do not want to highlight because there's nothing in here. We want to copy. When we want to copy, we are going to the corner of the cell. So this is the major difference. When we want to highlight, we go in the center of the cell. We want to copy, we want to go in the corner of the cell. When we want to go in the corner of the cell, the mouse change the shape. Take a look. This is the regular shape of the mouse. Now mouse change the shape. So now click on it and then drag it down. All these numbers would be calculated in one click. And we want to see what is the formula in here. Click on any cell and we want to see the formula where right in the formula bar. So here's the formula right here. We want to see what is the formula in this cell, the formula bar. We want to see the formula right here in formula bar. So whatever we want to see, whenever we want to see inside the cell, what is inside the cell, we click on it and we look at the formula bar. That's why formula bar is very important. Now, what is in G18? G18 says subtotal. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to calculate the total of these numbers. How? Let's take our calculator and punch and add all these numbers together. No, guys, we do not use calculator in Microsoft Excel. Why? Because Microsoft Excel can do all the functions for us automatically. How? So in this time, we want to add them all together. What is the formula we want to use? The addition formula. So we want to add this numbers together right in this cell. How can we add we want to use the add formula, which is the addition. Where is it? Go home, it's right in here, and then auto sum. Go home and then auto sum. Click on auto sum. It'll ask you, computer will ask you which cells you want to add. You want to add 79.90, 24, 29, 29, and 35.15. You press yes or press enter, and that will give you the total. So the total becomes 198.57. Now, next step is reading from the book. Next step is we are living in Canada. In Canada, we all have to pay taxes. In United States, we have to pay taxes. So when we have to pay taxes, we have to calculate taxes. How? G11, sales tax. Write down with me, G11, sales tax, and then H11, we live in Ontario. Ontario taxes is 13%. But remember, this file, which we are completing in Massachusetts. So in Massachusetts, the tax ratio is 5%. So I put 5% right in here. Then G19. How much is the tax? Is 5%. 5% on what? 5% of this total amount. So how can we do it? We want to do it with the help of a formula. How? Formula starts with equal sign. So equal what cell? Remember, we do not want to put 198. Why? Because we do not work with numbers. We work with the cell address. What's the cell address here? H18. Click on it. It automatically comes at H18. Multiply. So where's multiply sign? On key number 8. And multiply by what? Multiply by what? With 5%. But no, not 5%. We want to use the cell address. Click on the cell. It will becomes H11. H18 multiply by H11. Press enter and that will give you the total tax calculated on 198.57. So we have done the calculation for subtotal or for the taxes. Next one is handling. So what do you mean by handling, guys? Handling, whenever we order something online, we have to pay shipping and handling. That's exactly what shipping and handling means here as well. So how much is the handling? Handling is $4.75. Doesn't matter you order one item, two item, five item, 99 items, they will take $4.75 as their handling fee. So right now, please take a look. What is the difference between this amount and this amount? The difference is, Karan comes to me, sir, the difference is the dollar sign. Let's take a look. What is the difference? Dollar sign There's a space in between $sign and 9.93, and there's no space, there's no gap in between here. So what does that mean? This is, I click on it, go home, and take a look. This is called accounting style. I click on this cell, go home, and take a look. This is called currency style. So I want this number to be having a accounting style as well. So I need to change it. How? Go home, and then where that says currency style, you have a small arrow right beside it. Click on it and put accounting, and that will change to accounting style as well. Easy, right? Next one is total. We want to total all together. Now, which numbers we want to total? 198, 9.93, and 4.75. We want to total them. Total means we want to add them. Add means we want to plus them. Where and how? We are not going to use a calculator. How can we do addition? We go home and auto sum. Go home and auto sum. Click on auto sum, and computer will ask you, do you want to add these two numbers? No, I want to add these three numbers. I click on the first one, and now I want to highlight. How can we highlight? Go into the center of the cell. I go in the center of the cell, drag it down, drag it down. These three cells, I want to add them together. When I add them together, when I highlight them all together, I press enter, and then total comes to $213.25. Okay, Control S, please. I do Control S. Why? Because to save my data. Next one, G18 to H21. G18 to H21. G18 to H21. I would like to highlight G18 to H21. I highlight G18 to H21. It says bottom borders. How can we do borders, guys? So go home, and all of these borders are available to us right here. Do not click on it. Go right it. It says bottom border, and you have a small arrow right beside it. Click on it and choose bottom border. I choose bottom border. Take a look. We have the borders now available to us right in here. Next one, I need some space right in here where it says A2 is empty. I need more space right in here. How can we do more space? So I need to do some space. How? Press Control, click on A3, Control Shift and End. Control Shift and End. Press all these three buttons together. Control Shift and End. That will highlight all of your writing, whichever we complete the file, it will highlight all of your data. Then Control plus X. That will Control X will cut this data. And where we want some space in here. How can we move this space down? We cut this data and we paste it somewhere. Where? Click on A9 and then Control V, and that will give me the space to put some more information in here. And I will put this information, Control Shift and Control X, Control V, Control S in a different sheet, and post it on Schoology so it will be easy for you to understand. Next one, we'd like to do order ID. What is the order ID? See, 10489, then shipping date. What is the shipping date? 4/3/2017. Then delivery standard. Then items ordered. Then total charge. So item orders and total charge. Now we want to find out how many items did we order. Let's take a look. We are going to find out how many items did we order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 items we order. How did we find out it's 5 items? Guys, reason why and how, because we count them. Again, if we count them, the count itself a formula in Microsoft Excel. But again, formula starts with equal. So we put equal and then count, COU. So I put COU. All the count formulas comes right in front of us. Which count we want to use? So book says use the regular count, which is COUNT. Whenever you see the formula, whichever you desire to use, double click on it. I double click on it and it says where the value is. So now go back and see where the value is. Value is right here. I want to highlight. Always remember, highlight from the center. I click on here, go in the center, click, and then highlight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press enter and you will get the answer as 5, your answer. You order 5 items, it comes automatically right in here. Do not punch number 5, guys. Why? Because if we want to add or delete an item from here, this will not change. So because this is a formula, that's why I automatically change things right in here. Next one, I want to find out what is my total charge. Remember guys, we have a total charge somewhere on our sheet. How much is the total charge? Let's take a look. Total charge is $213.25. We want the total charge right in this cell. How? We cannot, first option, we can write in here, but then writing will not, because if the total charge change here, that will not change automatically here. So what we should do, we will use a formula. What is the formula? We want to equal this cell and this cell together. So what is the cell address here? It says H27. So formula starts with equal and click on this cell address. Remember, we do not work with the numbers. We work always with the cell address. I click in here, H27. Press enter and whatever numbers in here will automatically goes in there as well. Control. Next one, I like to add a row. I like to add a row. Where? Row number 21. Remember, rows are always 1, 2, 3, 4. Columns are always A, B, C, D. So I said I want to add a row. Where? Row number 21. So click on 21. I click on 21 and the whole row highlighted. Right click on it and insert, and we have a row automatically inserted right here. In your book it says add one more record. No problem. I'm going to add one more record according to my book and keep writing it, keep filling it, so it would become a one more record for me. Okay, and then what's the price? 23.55, and then 2 quantity. Now, 2 difficulties in here. Because this is a miniature set of 12, so I don't have the players, but I still do not have the total amount as well. So how can we do? Karan comes to me, asks me, sir, how can I calculate this? Karan, the answer for this, 2 ways, 2 options you can do it. First option, you can do multiply this cell with this. For multiplication, what do you need? You need to start a formula. Formula starts with equal. So I'll show you both ways. Equal, click on this cell, multiply by this cell, and that will give me the answer. 262.70, 262.70 comes on both sides. This is the first way, guys. Second way, and the easy way, when you have already calculated the formula. For example, I do not have anything in here. So for example, I do not have anything in here. I want to have the same formula. I go up top and copy the formula. Now remember, we are not highlighting. Highlight from the center, copy from the corner, highlight from the center, copy from the corner. I go in the corner, mouse change the shape, move it down. Again, it will change to 62. It will change to 62.70 here as well. Good enough, right? Perfect. Next one. So the same way, Karan comes to me, asks me, sir, you add a row. I said, yes, I add a row. So Karan asked me, sir, can I delete a row? Absolutely. When you add something, you can delete something as well. So which row would like to delete? Your book says delete row number 23. Again, simple, very simple. Click on row number 23. I click on row number 23, right click on it and press the delete button. So that record is gone and you have change your total and change your total charge here and here as well. Same way. So this is for our rows. Karan comes to me and asks me, sir, is it possible that we can add a column? Absolutely, Karan. We can add a column as well. There's no problem. So your book says A17 to A28. Highlight A17, A28. I highlight A17 to A28. I highlight it. I highlight the numbers, and then it says insert a column. No problem. Right click on it, insert. What does it say? It says shift cells right, shift cells down, entire row, entire column. This time I want to move the shift cells on the right hand side. So I move this items on the right hand side. So right in here, I move right hand side. So insert right hand side, and we have our space available to us. This is the way we can add a column, or we can add a column and start working. So this is the way to add a column. Now I want to delete the column. Again, you want to delete the column, either you have two options, either highlight them, or the other option, and the easy option is you have two buttons, which is called undo and redo. So you can do 6 times undo and 6 times redo. I redo it, comes back, the whole thing becomes normal, and I have my file back. Next one, it says A3 to B7, A3 to B7, A3 to B7, highlight A3 to B7, I highlight them, and it says all borders. No problem with borders, go home, and the borders are right here. I click in on all borders. Done. Then A9 to B16, A9 to B16. I highlight A9 to B16, and it says H17 to I17 as well. So that means we have to highlight two ranges together. How can we highlight two ranges together? I highlight the first range, press the control, and then highlight the second range. This is how you do the range. Highlight two ranges together. So I highlight two ranges together. Now all borders, and it says all borders. I highlight all borders. Then A18 to H23. I highlight one range, press the control, G24 to H27. I highlight two ranges. Then all borders. I highlight all borders. Next one, go to the top. So I go to A1 and make the size to 28. I make the size of my font 28. Next one, I like to print my book. No problem. I go File and Print. Right now, if I want to print, my manager asked me to print this file. The problem is, can I see my full file? Absolutely not. Why? Because it says title and players. Where is my price quantity? So I cannot see my full sheet. So two options. This is called the page layout. So right now the page layout is called portrait style. So where can we see that? So let's print. If I want to print it, I can print it. Copies, I need to copies 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 27, whatever the number of copies I can print from here. Then which printer? Then it says printer active sheet, collated, and then right underneath it, it says portrait orientation. This is called portrait style, but I cannot see my full file, so I change it to landscape style. Now I can see my full file. You can see 1 of 1. In the portrait style, you will see 1 of 2. So means the same file would be on 2 pages, but this time the whole file would be on 1 page. This is the easy way, and this is the better way to print this file. So we print it on a landscape style, right? So we put it landscape style. The other way to put a landscape or portrait is right in here. Go page layout, orientation, and you can choose it from here as well. The other way we can find out, or the other three buttons which we want to find out what is that means right underneath right here. What is this? It says normal. What is this one right here called page layout? So I click on it and it says page layout this way, means this is a landscape style. Or if I want to see portrait style, it will change it to portrait style, which is in 2 pages. So I want to bring it back again to landscape style. Then the last one is called page break preview. I click on page break preview. That means it will telling you how many pages do we have. In this case, we have page number 1, but if we have 100 pages, it will tell you page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5, and so forth. So we learn about these 3 buttons as well. What is this button? You do not have to memorize all of this button by heart. What you have to do is bring the mouse right on top and it will tell you what is my name. The name of this is called normal. I click on that and this becomes normal. I click on it, this becomes the portrait, the page layout, which is called landscape. And then this one is page break. So I bring back into normal. Next one. So I have formulas right in here. For example, Karan comes to me and asks me, sir, can I see how can I, if I want to use, because you are already given us the homework and I want to see if my formulas are right. I want to see one of the formula right in here. So Karan, as I told you before as well, whenever you see something inside the cell where you click on the cell and that will tell you right in the formula bar what is the formula. But Karan comes to me, sir, I do have lots of formulas. Can I see all the formulas together? The answer is right. How can we see all the formulas together? So in one click. So you have to press what? You have to press Control plus the symbol. Which is the symbol? The symbol I called it on. Why? Because it's easy to understand. And where's the symbol? It's on the top tab button, on top of tab button. Click on the tab button and that will tell you where my formulas are. Here's my formula, here's my formula. Remember, formula starts with equal. So that will tell you where the formulas are and it will tell you the formulas. Karan asked me, sir, oh, no. All of my sheets been messed up. I need my file back. Yeah, no problem, Karan. This is the way you want to see the formulas. And if you want your numbers back, you want your original file back, Control plus O again. So you will get your file back. Easy. Control O, you will see the formulas. Control O, you will get your formulas back. So this is the end of our first sheet. Control plus S. Now you have completed your first file. Now you can close it. How? Again, we're going to close this file by this button called close. We close this file and we are going to write an email. How I'm going to write an email? I'm going to write an email with my Gmail account. So let's write an email on a Gmail account and attach your file with your Gmail account. Put your name, student ID, class ID, and put my email address and press the send button and your file is being completed. Thank you, and I will see you in the next class with an exciting another assignment. Thank you again. Take care.